Hello everyone, in this video, I'll introduce us in the Institch Doodle software. So first, after we enter our workspace, you'll see a drawing menu in the upper left corner. Clicking on drawing, we have three main options: outline, fill, and shape. The first one under outline, it's got black stitch. Let's try it out and see how it looks. Let's pick a color here. After drawing, you'll see that flat stitch appears simply as a line on screen. It follows your drawing path exactly, and when you send this pattern to your embroidery machine, it will stitch it as a single line as well. Let's use our embroidery simulator to get a better look at the difference. See, it stitches like this, segment by segment. Each pause here means the machine has made one stitch. Alright, let's extend the stitch path backwards. Next, we have triple flat stitch. Let's select it. Let's change to a different color. Similarly, I'll draw on the screen, and you'll notice that two look almost the same. However, triple flat stitch is different. We can see this difference using our simulator. For this one above, let's just jump to the next one to observe it. Observing it. Oh, you see it. It is 1, 2, 3. It stitches in this pattern, in simple terms, along the entire stitch path. It runs 3 parallel threads, so the actual embroidered effect will appear slightly thicker visually than the basic flat stitch. Alright, let's move on to satin stitch. Satin stitch is one of the most commonly used stitches, ideal for creating outlines or borders. Let's change the color here and draw it directly. You'll see it forms a relatively fixed line segment. Looking at the stitches, up and down, covering this entire segment, Institch, this creates a visual appearance of a thicker line segment in actual embroidery. Take this piece as an example. It is used on the edges, like here. So it is very suitable for outlining. Alright, that is our third type. The fourth type is used less frequently. It is called Tatami stitch. Tatami is generally more suitable. For fill stitches, which we'll also cover here, we'll discuss it further in the fill stitches section. Next, let's take a look at the fill stitch. Fill stitch, which is the fill stitch I mentioned, there are 2 categories. This is one type, the satin stitch, and this is the other, the tatami stitch. So, what is the difference between the satin stitch and the tatami stitch? After switching to the 3D view, we can see, with the satin stitch, the stitches appear more distinct. It has a bit of sheen, but the fill coverage isn't as dense. You can actually see there are small gaps between the stitches. The tatami stitch, on the other hand, is packed together very tightly. So the key difference is this. For filling large areas of solid color, we generally recommend using a fill stitch. For smaller details or outlining edges, we can use the satin stitch. Let's use this as an example. The black border here uses the satin stitch. The white part here also uses the satin stitch, this blue and this piece. The orange area here uses our tatami stitch, applied in this manner. And about the third category, this is the shape stitch, which refers to the tools built into the software for drawing preset shapes, making it easier for you to create more complex designs. The first is the run stitch tool for a single line preset shape. If you want to draw a straight line, it will help you draw it perfectly straight. Let's try one. There is a rectangle and a circle here. Next, let's look at the method for drawing a center line. For a circle, a rectangle, and a straight line of 3, these are the 3 main forms. Of course, after drawing them, you can always go back and fine-tune the shapes. This makes the design process much more convenient. The third type provides pre-filled shapes like a filled stitch, such as a rectangle or a circle. They are quite simple to use. Now that we've covered these basic stitch settings, let's take a direct look at this sample project. What stitches does it use? It is actually very straightforward. The outlines here, for example, use our flat satin stitch, and over here, the blue and orange fill areas both use tatami stitch. Now for the remaining elements like this white one, or the black one here, these are done with satin stitch. It has a certain sheen and a great 3D effect. However, it is not for covering large areas. That is what our setting stage is best for. As you can see, it is used here as well. So basically with just these few simple ditch types, you can already create very nice patterns. Now that you've seen how it is done, why not give it a try yourself?